What's happening, peoples? I am here to give you my predictions for the Ultimate Fighter 11 finale. Just checking my cell phone so that it will not distract me. Okay, I'll be going from bottom to top. Actually, no. Top to bottom. First off, we have Keith the Dynamine Jardine versus Matt the Hammer Hamill. I pick I picked Matt Hamill to win by just hockey punching Jardine's glass chin to Kingdom Come, and Keith will be getting a pink slip, which is kind of disappointing because Keith Jardine has charisma. He's a likable guy, but Matt is also rather likable, but he doesn't have a chin of glass. Next up, we have James the douchebag McSweeney versus Travis the not douchebag Brown. And yes, Mildred is pronounced Brown. The N is silent. I am picking Travis to beat the ever-loving crap out of James McSweeney because James has no ground game, is a blown-up 205er that talks a lot of shit, and Travis Brown is 6'7" and likes to punch people in the face. Next up, we have Aaron the Mini Randy Couture Simpson versus Chris the Crippler Lieben. I am picking Aaron Simpson. We are judging Simpson because Chris Lieben, although he's cool, he doesn't really it's not really that good. Like, he has a cool factor, he doesn't have the good factor though. And so Chris will just be going and then Simpson will be like, okay, I'm going to take you down, and you're not going to knock me out because I probably have a chin just as bad as yours, just as good as yours. So next up, we have Dennis Seaver versus Spencer the King Fisher. I don't really see any way Dennis is going to win because he's really short compared to Spencer Fisher, and he doesn't really have that much of a ground game, despite having most of his wins by submission. And Spencer has a pretty good ground game, beginning by a second round tap out. Next up, we have John Gunderson versus Mark Boots Holst. Despite Mark's dumb name, I'm picking him because Gunderson doesn't really impress me all that much against Buffalo Oliveira. Well, Gunderson is shooting on up there as being cool, and I've heard a lot of stuff on MMA Playground that he has balls, and let's just say Gunderson doesn't really do well when getting bull rushed. Now on to the tough people. Next up, we have Josh the Beast Bryant versus Kyle KO Noak. Well, I was definitely going for Noak most of the time. However, now that he's now kind of has pretty bad takedown defense, I'm going to be going with Josh, just because Josh is just like, he was basically the big sleeper guy, just beat the crap out of almost everybody, and I think that he has probably a better future than either Court McGee or Chris McCrae. Actually, I think he's gonna be like George Stradopoulos, the guy that should have won if shit didn't happen. So I'm picking Josh by UD. And so we have Jamie Allen Yeager versus Rich Antonito. Rich Antonito is gonna punch Jamie in the face numerous times. Jamie's gonna wilt, and he's gonna end up like Junior Allen Browning, except not try and commit suicide and OD on shit. Because Jamie is not bipolar enough, like Mildred said. Jamie, you're a douchebag, but you're a smart douchebag. I'll give you credit for that. Go Rich. Next up, we have Brad Tavares versus Seth the Tomato Can Bakazinski. I'm picking Brad because he's just an overall better fighter, and Seth just basically kind of lucked out on all his fights, I think, on this season. Next up, we have Chris Camozzi versus James Hammertree. Originally I was going to pick Hammertree by quick KO, but then Chris seems to be a better grappler, Plus his injury is healed, and I think he was more deserving than a lot of people, than Seth. But because of his hand injury, he lost, and I think he's going to be motivated to show that he deserves to be in the UFC. While James kind of has had shit happen to him on the show, and but it's kind of more serious because of his injuries. Sorry, I'm phasing in and out. Next up, we have the Crusher McGee versus Chris the Savage McCray. I don't really see how McCray will ever win unless he gets a lucky punch or something. I don't find Chris McCray all that good, and I think Corey just basically beats him in every way, shape, and form except maybe takedowns, but takedown defense. But that's about it. I'm going on a limb, and I'm going to say Corey KOs him. Anyway, peace. Gotta let the dog in.